Back in 2003, the first black-owned television station in the United Kingdom was birthed that literally took African music to the world. Ben TV was the spark that ignited the global journey of Afrobeats by first broadcasting Nigerian music videos across the UK and Europe at a time when the world did not realize a major shift in the culture was happening. My name is Ayo Shonaiya, and this is my story and a podumentary of Afrobeats with the S. Let me tell you about the first black-owned television station in the UK. It's the Bright Entertainment Network, popularly known as Ben TV. Ben TV was a station that was founded by Alistair Shoyode. He's a friend of mine. I've known him for years. He used to be in telecoms, and he was also kind of like a football agent. And we've always been talking over time because he knew I made film. In fact, when I made the film King of My Country, there was a character in the film called Jennifer, and he told me that his wife's name is Jennifer, and his wife loves that film. And I think that was the first time we talked about anything television or film. And he said to me that they are working on getting a TV license, a broadcast license to run a TV station in the UK. And for me, I wasn't really, not that I didn't take him serious, but I didn't put too much hope in the TV station idea. Like, I mean, I know the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5 at the time, like big television station was a big deal. But anyway, a few years later, maybe about 5 years, he just called me out of the blue and said, "Oh, Ayo, you know that TV station I was telling you about? It has actually come true. When can we meet and talk about it?" I said, "Okay, no problem. I can meet you lunchtime. And what do you want? Do you want me to bring some of my, you want me to bring my film, or you want me to bring some of the, we've been filming stuff at the Notting Hill Carnival. Do you want me to give you some of the tapes?" And he said, "Well, I pretty much want you to, provide programming for the whole station." I'm like, "The whole station? Like, that's not even, I just thought to do 24-hour TV station." He said we should meet at the office of the Voice newspaper. So we went to the Voice newspaper, and apparently he was having an interview at the Voice newspaper about the TV station. So when we got there, started the meeting, he just introduced himself, and then he passed the thing to me and said, "This is our programs director." And he hadn't even told me that before. He said, "This is our programs director. He will pick it up from there." So me, I just kicked in into character. I just started talking as if we actually had the station up and running. I've not even seen the studio, but I ended up talking about how we're going to use the TV station to push a lot of, African programming, especially music. And I was just saying that off the top of my head in the meeting. Not that I had any intention of doing it prior to going into the meeting. So I said, "Oh yeah, but we'll get music videos from Nigeria, from Ghana," and everybody was excited. Anyway, so he took me to the studio, and a couple of weeks later, I was running the station, pretty much. So the first two people I called when I saw the studio was Yamisho Dimu, who is a presenter in Nigeria, but he was in London at the time. So he came into the studio. I remember him sitting at the desk, pretending to be a newscaster. He was like, "Ooh, this is so nice," like, with the blue screen and everything. And the next person I called was Dayo D1 Adeneye. And I said to him, "Baba, we have a TV station here. I'm going to be needing your help. I'm going to need you to speak to Obakeke. We'll be needing music videos and any programming you want. We can put it on the screen in London." I had done a little montage, which was kind of like a little station ident. And in that station ident, I put a little clip of Kenny and D1 when they were at the Grammys, because I wanted to get the program. I must say something. I'm a filmmaker. Abbas is a DJ. And when we got the opportunity to get on TV, I called him up. I said, "I have this idea for a program called Intro. I want you to present it." Although he's the presenter and I'm the producer director, but really what I was trying to do and what I was trying to copy is the program by these first two inductees. I bet you didn't know that. What we're trying to do is to do what they were doing in Nigeria and do it in London, England. Exactly. So without much further ado, the first inductees into the Hip Hop World Hall of Fame are our very good friends, Baba Keke and D1. Kenny Ogungbe and Dayo Adeneye. I wanted to start a TV program about Nigerian music or African music or black music. So I called my friend DJ Abbas.
I think I was somewhere around Tottenham Court Road when your call came in and you asked, where are you? And you said, you know, you've always talked about the possibility of a program, yada, yada. You said, we have our own station. And I walked in there, saw the whole production area, and then you mentioned you had just tied a deal with Ben TV to produce content in-house. And I remember the term, in the night, that intro we've always joked about was going to come to life in the form of a program. And I said, great. And I thought, okay, I could be able to source, do research, source. I said, so who's going to be the presenter? No, we said, we've already found a presenter. I said, who? He said, you. Intro.
DJ Abbas was managing a group called the Solek Crew. So there was 3 guys, Soji Solek, and there were 2 Michaels. One was Michael E, and one was Michael O. The Michael E later became Don Jazzy. So when we started Intro in April, while DJ Abbas was still managing them, I said, why don't you bring that your group? We'll do like a little promo with them.
Hi, I'm DJ Abbas, and I'll be bringing to you a brand new program called Intro. Hi, I'm DJ Abbas, and I'll be bringing to you a brand new program called Intro. It's a program. Okay.
I'm going to take some one show the program. This time.
Okay.
And action.
Hi, I'm DJ Abbas.
Yeah.
Right now we have with us at La Sanza a hot new band called the Solek Crew.
I'm Mr. Solek.
And I'm Michael Ajere.
I'm Michael, also known as Mike Divine.
One of the questions was, what's your style of music? And Solek was explaining their style of music. I kid you not. What Solek was explaining on that day in that recording was Afrobeats.
Can you tell us basically what Solek Crew represents?
We see music like colors and just mixing, matching, just messing about with music. That's what we do. We put R&B with hip-hop, with garage, with Fuji Nigerian music, with Juju, which is Nigerian music as well. So that's basically what we do.
Watching the tape again now, what Solek was describing was Afrobeats. We just didn't have a name for it yet. This guy, this Michael guy, who later became Don Jazzy, is the one that mixes the sound. He mixes everything together because he can play like 3 or 4 instruments. He used to do juju. He had played for Shino Peters before. He used to play in church. So he had gospel. He used to play tumba. Solek was telling us that their style of music is everything mixed together, like colors. They mix juju with hip hop, with raga, with R&B and garage, which was a music genre in the UK at that time.
There you have it, the Solek Crew, UK's hottest Niger pop band. Remember, this is the channel to check out for the brand new program Intro on Sky TV Band 238. My name is DJ Abbas, signing out. 2 shots.
When we started Intro, it was a recorded show, and we used to record. In fact, our first guest on Intro was Charlie Boy, because I knew Charlie Boy from Nigeria. And interesting story, Charlie Boy actually came to London to edit the opening montage for his show, which is Charlie Boy Show.
The Legend Charlie Boy Show.
He asked me if I can take a stab at it and see what I can do. So we edited all night. And I said, look, we're starting a new program. Would you like to be our first guest? It's on Wednesday. Would you like to come? He said, yeah, sure. So Charlie Boy ended up becoming the first guest on Intro.
Welcome back to Intro. And we're still having this beautiful, wonderful interview on our maiden edition with Charlie Boy. Charlie, I'm trying hard not to call you Sir Charlie. Hi, I'm DJ Abbas, and welcome to another exciting edition of Intro. Tonight we have 3 artists in the house, one of whom has flown in from Nigeria specially for this interview.
Intro went on recorded for about maybe 4 episodes. I had called people that I knew. I had called Paul Play Dairo, Magnum, the rapper Magnum.
Let's know about Magnum.
My name is Adebosola Adedoyin, known as Magnum.
Another rapper, D Black and Kashino.
I've been around for a while, doing my thing on the underground scene.
And also JJC and 419.
How you doing, JJC? What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
What's
How you
up?
doing?
What's the story?
Well, JJC, as a lot of people would know, means Johnny Just Come.
Okay.
And just like a lot of people that are in London, 14 years ago, I came to England and started working.
And you just come.
Just come to start working. And since I was in school, I kind of like went into music because it was very hard in school to be like from Nigeria and just hang around with everyone else.
Secondary school?
Yeah. So I was kind of getting a bit like really bullied and get into fights every day and kind of like, so I kind of stuck myself in the studio and started working, and that's where JJC, I believe, was born.
The first day that I realized that we could do live, I came in on an off day to come and do training because there was a guy at the transmission house where we broadcast Ben TV. He was doing a live transmission. So I was outside the studio, I was asking him questions, and the guy said, no, this is a live transmission. They have to do it one take. I'm like, you can do live here? I'm like, okay, let's do live intro then.
Hi, I'm DJ Abbas. Have you seen the new look intro? It's now live and interactive. That means you can call me, speak with the guests. You can also send text messages to loved ones in the UK and all around the world on Sky Digital 238 Ben TV. Remember, it's live and interactive. So pick up that phone and dial that number when you see intro. Every Wednesdays, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's fresh, it's funky. Peace.
We can take calls. It goes out to over 2-point-something million people every night. And it was also free to air. Free to air means if you get the Skybox and you don't pay your bill, you can still get Ben TV. And it was on channel 238. Intro Live broke new ground by showcasing early Afrobeats to viewers across the UK and Europe through music videos and exclusive interviews with the genre's pioneering names. This was a vital platform for emerging Afrobeats artists to be seen by millions, shaping the sound and the culture for the global audience. Started doing intro live, and we thought, okay, instead of just playing the music videos, let's go to Nigeria, shoot some content in Nigeria so we can be showing people in London what's going on in Nigeria while we're sending our programs to Lagos to show people what we're doing in London.
The program is called Intro with DJ Abbas. Intro with DJ Abbas.
That's how I met Rugged Man.
And it's on Ben TV, that's BEN TV. Channel 238 on Sky Digital. LTV. Ben TV.
Oh, this is Rugged Man, and I'm on Intro with DJ Abbas on Ben TV.
That's how I met Azados. That's how I met Mr. Cool.
Hi, my name is Mr. Cool, and I'm hanging out on Intro on Ben TV 238.
I met a lot of the happening guys.
Yeah, I'm Lexi Do. That's the name I go by now, you know. Lexi Do of X Appeal. I have this song out in the market and the video and everything. It's called More Like a Remix, featuring Rugged Man and Nomulos. So that's just about it.
Right now I go by Jasmine Olofin of X Appeal. Right now I have a very hot single out featuring Dewale Ayuba. That's a Fuji artist. And it's making waves and to go places, definitely.
And yeah, I mean, anywhere you are, man, inside Rona Day, this is introducing for the first time, world exclusive, the Rugged Man, part 1 track, where I take MCs to school.
I'll record them, I'll do interview and take it back to London. So we're giving them platform, you know, if they have music videos, we play their music videos.
First of all, let me ask you, do you have a video of that song here?
Yes, we do,
Okay,
yeah.
You have
Yeah,
a video for that?
yeah,
You have
yeah.
a video with you now?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Hello. This is Chicha of Africa hanging out with DJ Abbas on Intro on Ben Television and of course on channel 238.
Ben TV, if I see you far away, my heart go jiggy 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 bum bum. What if you play my music, yeah, oh, you go set me on fire.
I was kind of like scouting for who to bring to London for this African hip hop or Afro hip hop that is happening in Nigeria to bring it to London, because we had a TV show, we had the media behind us.
Intro live from Lagos all the way to London. Austin Power. This is R70, PA to R70. Lagos holding it down. R71. Intro live. Bakuli. Solo master. Jumbo. All you can eat.
Abbas said we should do a spin-off and do like a little show where it's a club night, but we're going to record it for broadcast. I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. So July of 2003, we did our first show called the Intro Summer Jam.
Hi, I'm DJ Abbas and welcome to this special edition of Intro, which is the official coverage of the Intro Summer Jam, which held at Club TJ's on Friday the 11th of July. It was colorful, it was fun, it was eventful, noisy, loud, it was beautiful.
Hi girls.
Hi.
Sonia.
PJ. Debbie. Banky.
Okay.
So we did the show at a venue called TJ's in East London. We invited everybody. We invited JJC and 419, we invited Casino, D Black, they used to call themselves the Nigerian Dream Team. We invited Paul Play Dairo, Felix Duke, like a lot of artists that were in London. We invited Solek.
Hi, I'm DJ Abbas and welcome to the Intro Summer Jam 2003. We have Solek Crew, we have JJC and the 419 squad.
I didn't even know that Don Jazzy, Michael E, had left Solek and he was already with JJC. When we booked the show with Solek Crew, JJC and 419 and Wale Thompson. It was going to be club night on the ground floor, and we're going to have the performances upstairs. Anyway, Abbas told me just before the show started that he doesn't know how this thing is going to play out. Michael had left Solek and he's with JJC now, and JJC is going to be performing after Solek.
We have a few acts in the house. Solek Crew they've turned everybody on. Coming up next, we'll let you know in the next 5 minutes. Soji.
Solek was already performing on stage upstairs when JJC and his crew arrived. And I can feel that there was a little tension, but then again, me too, I was worried about my own, cameras and the filming crew and everything. We used 4 cameras, so I wanted cameras to be placed in the crowd and all that kind of stuff, just to get like a good and complete filming for the day. Anyway, Solek performed and then JJC came up.
Anybody want to see JJC and the 419 squad?
What I was nervous about, how he was going to interact with Solek, because, he had just played with Solek. There was nothing. I think it was all love. They were even, I think Solek was even trying to balance their sound for them or, get them microphones and everything like that. So everything was cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the JJC. Johnny just come. And we are locking down UK like it's never done before.
What I want to speak about that night, I believe that was the birth of Afrobeats in the UK. And let me explain why.
I got the 419 squad here. And we are going to cause a wahala.
We had JJC and 419 who had a collective. So it was just like the Trybesmen, where the 419 were like his Trybesmen. There's 3 guys. There's a singer, there's a rapper, and then there's 2 singers and a rapper.
Now, go and tell your friends, your family, and everybody you know that Nigerian people are in England.
A little sidebar, JJC had a successful career as a pop artist with Big Brothers. So everybody knew JJC, not just in the Nigerian community. like in the UK, music scene. So he's now doing something African, and he was explaining to the crowd what they were doing.
If you have never heard of it, this is what we call African hip hop. African garage. African salsa.
Also, he had like two females. He had Shady Blue.
Shady Blue. People out there, I beg you sing along.
And that was the night that JJC actually introduced Don Jazzy as Don Jazzy, but also introduced Don Jazzy as their producer.
Now, have you guys heard about 50 cents? Have you guys heard about 50 kobo?
He introduced Don Jazzy that he produced a song called 50 Kobo, which was like a play around 50 cents in the club.
This one here produced by myself and our new man, Don Jazzy.
Shady Blue was the one that was singing the hook, oh, oh, money. So when the song started, it was kind of like hip-hop-ish. People didn't know where he was going with it. But when they started singing Malo, Malo, it's your birthday, everybody thought, oh, okay. I'm so glad that I had cameras focusing on the crowd, because you could see the reaction of the people that were right in front. Like, what are we listening to, or what are we watching? And I was glad that I had cameras on the crowd, because there was one person in the crowd that was being very boisterous, he was being very loud. It was years after, when I was watching the tapes, that I realized that it was the Banj. He knew JJC and 419. I think he wanted to join them at the time, but he wasn't a member. But he was friends with one of the members of the 419 squad. So basically what JJC did that night was fuse rap, melody, and pidgin, singing in Pidgin and singing in Yoruba. Nigeria is the best land. For me, that was the birth of Afrobeats in the UK.
Thank you very much. 12 o'clock. Make sure you're there. Wahala. Give it up, 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 give it up.
What we had in the UK before Ben TV was promoters. Of course, we had the Nigerian DJs, we had DJ Casey, we had DJ Dele Adelegon, we had Ochuko. We had Nigerian DJs that were playing Niger clubs and playing the West End. We had the Ghanaian DJs that were doing, West End as well. We had the P&P family, we had Akwaba, and we had Moscow.
Along the lovely ladies right there. TikTok, obviously,
In terms of promoters, the Ghanaians were promoting heavily, even before the Nigerians started promoting, concerts and shows. The ones I knew, the promoters that I knew when I kind of started paying attention to the scene were Black Knights, Dutch, Amor, David. They were the ones that were doing the Mr. Nigeria. They would do like a show with Nigerians, they would do Nigerian Independence show, and then they would do a Mr. Nigeria pageant. but none of them have actually brought an artist from Nigeria to perform before. When we started the live, when we play a music video and we get a call, people will always say to us, oh, I like that music video, or, will you guys bring the artist to London to perform and everything? And I thought it was a great idea. So we came up with a show called The Big Nigerian Independence Intro Jam.
Hello Nigerians, have you heard about the Big Nigerian Independence Intro Jam?
And we had the first edition on the 3rd of October, 2003.
At the Ocean Venue, Mayor Street, Hackney. Big! We have from Nigeria, Tony Tetula, Trybesmen, Solep Crew, Casino, AY, TA, and of course, DJ Abbas will be jamming the hot Niger tunes. Big Nigerian Independence Intro Jam. You have to be there. It's going to be big, huge. Remember, the Intro Independence Jam, Friday the 3rd. You don't want to miss it. Big! It's going to be big, huge. In fact, it's huge, bigger than big. Or big is bigger than huge.